All right, guys, how are we doing? Welcome back. Excited about this. So we're going to be doing part 2 of the Starfield Direct breakdown. But before we get into that, I was really excited to find out about this today. So check this out. August 16th, which I believe is like next Wednesday or Thursday. I'll have to double check on that. But yeah, 1300 Eastern, which means 1 p.m. Eastern, which is 10 a.m. Pacific time, my time. Next week, we get a Q&A, which is pretty awesome. 2 of the developers. So you can see here, it's Will Shen and Emil. However you pronounce that. I'm sure I'm going to pronounce it wrong if I attempt it. But yeah, pretty cool. So they're going to have a Discord open and they're going to have a Q&A. So today is the 9th. We have 2 days to submit any and all questions. So submit your questions to the Bethesda Starfield Discord. And I just wanted to go over this real quick because it was announced today. I found out this morning when I was at work. Pretty excited. Figured I would make a recording, announce this. But yeah, so 1 p.m. Eastern, 16th of August. Let me just bring up my calendar here because I'm so smart. I don't think I can bring up my calendar there. But anyways. So yeah, I'm just going to read through this real quick, and you can also see they have their Twitter, which came up as well. So developer Bethesda will be hosting Constellation exclusive Q&A session next week, 16th of August at 1300 hours Standard Eastern Time. So again, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific Time. Ask your questions to Will and Emil. You'll need to enter the Bethesda game I'm thinking that's Bethesda Game Studios Discord server to ask your questions in the hashtag Constellation Quest channel by the 11th of August to have a small chance of getting your questions answered. Click here to join, and then you can see this is their Twitter, and then they've got some other stuff on their Twitter as well. So, just kind of a small thing. If you have any questions, basically have 2 days to ask them, and then hope that they will answer. And then you can see here the official Starfield Twitter. They've got obviously the 3-minute thing pinned at the top, but then here, just posted today about 9 hours ago, they've got that info there. So it's cool stuff. But yeah, with that being said, let's get into part 2 of what we're going to talk about today. So yesterday when we got done, we basically got through the intro and the quest. I think I'll be able to break this down into essentially 3 parts. So today we're going to go over character creation, skills, ships, companions, space flight, and then I think we'll probably save the watch. We might do the watch and controller and then save the final bit here for a part 3. But either way, I'm excited. We are getting there, and Starfield is just around the corner. It's like 3 weeks away. I feel like I don't have my phone on me, so I kind of feel naked right now because I can't like pull it up and check. But yeah, Starfield's like 3 weeks away. So let's get into it, and just like last time, I'm just gonna watch the direct. I'm just gonna provide commentary along the way. And feel free to, provide your kind of comments, questions, anything down below. With that being said, let's get going. Let's launch or lift off. Let's launch. We'll do launch. We'll do launch for now.
Throughout the galaxy, there are so many things to see and stories to explore. Throughout the galaxy, there
Real quick thing here. This is our solar system. So you can see here, Earth is kind of just like this dead little planet. They've already mentioned that Mars has a place, and you see here it says this is a level 1 or a level 2 system. It seems to me like we start out our journey on Mars, and you'll see here in just a minute, I guess you start out the journey where you're like a mining person or something. So curious as to how the game begins, but it looks like, or at least it seems like, we start out the game on Mars or a moon near Mars, something like that, doing some kind of mining, and our Sol system Sol, is a level 1 system, so it looks like we're going to be starting on Mars. It's kind of cool.
There are so many things to see and stories to experience. But the most important story is the one that you tell. I'm the type of person who spends... The most important story is the one that you tell.
So again, see, we got a level 22 person, and now they've got that 6th little thing up here. So remember I was saying we got the star map, we got this, we got your weapon, we got some other stuff, we got down here. Well, now we've got this 6th little interest point. So maybe this is that, like, space magic.
I'm the type of person who spends hours in character creation, and I think people are going to be really excited when they...
Oh yeah, also real quick, I just want to apologize. I realized that the last video I did, the sound is not quite synced up. I'm still a total noob to getting all this stuff set up. So if the voice and the audio is like a quarter second or like a half second off and it looks a little bit weird, just apologies, heads up, because I'm already seeing a little bit of a delay on mine, and I just don't know how to fix it yet. I'm a noob. What can I say?
They see all of the improvements we've made.
One of the biggest overhauls was done through our character generation system. We scanned a wide range of faces from different age groups and ethnicities.
This is really
and by
cool.
Mixing and matching all that data, we were able to create highly detailed and diverse characters.
We use that exact system to create all of the characters and NPCs you're going to see in the game. So any character you see almost always is a character you could make yourself.
So right here, this is the beginning. It looks like this is the Mars station or whatever.
You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells?
So Argos Extractors, curious what that is, if it's a mining company. By the way, if I'm looking this way, basically I got a laptop with like a 14-inch screen, and then next to me I've got like a 28-inch like widescreen curved monitor. So I might look over here because it's way easier to see stuff. So Argos Extractors, curious as to what we're extracting, if it's like a mineral extraction kind of thing. Also, you'll notice she's carrying the artifact that we find later. So it looks like we touched it, something crazy happened, and now it's like, oh, you're conscious again. Let's do character creation. So again, like they've given us like no background, no story, no lore. I'm really curious to see what the story is. Just, you know, we try and piece together what we have.
Any of this look familiar?
And this is like an employee log. So you can see it's literally says Argos Extractor records. So employee records. This is your employee ID number down here. You can change things later. And you can see here it says personnel file or personnel record. We're on number 9. It looks like there's about 40 different presets that you can choose from, and then you can customize them. But there's about 40 general, like kind of facial or physical like presets that we can choose from, and then customize it from there.
You start your character creation journey as though you're cycling through employee records. You'll pick from a lineup of 40 presets, and that'll be your starting point.
What did I just say? 40.
Your journey from there can be as detailed or as quick as you want it to be. This new system has more to offer than ever before.
It's kind of cool how you
the
can
simplest
do all
character
this.
generations we've ever had.
There's a
We let the
lot of
player get
different
as close as possible
options.
to make whatever they want.
So again, it looks like you've got skin tone. This is about 3, so you probably got like 20 different skin tones. You know, you've probably got, it looks like about 40 or 45 hair types. So a lot of different hair options, a lot of skin tone options. You can adjust the head shape all crazy, facial hair, facial shape. I think this guy's kind of ugly, but you know, maybe that's their kind of character. But yeah, we have a whole bunch of customization.
Together, the dermesthetic and makeup, blemishes, scars, piercings, teeth settings. It's a lot, but I think it's the most fun to use.
It's pretty cool. It's funny that you can choose like teeth, like, hey, how good's my smile?
Character creation is more than just how you look. This is also where you start to decide who you want to be. That's where backgrounds come in.
So I'll try and kind of pause and go through some of these as we see them. I know my face is covering a few of them kind of up here. Actually, not really, because Beast Hunter is the first one there. But yeah, you can see here Beast Hunter, Bouncer, Bounty Hunter, Chef, Combat Medic, Cyber Runner, Cyberneticist, Diplomat, Explorer, Gangster, Homesteader, Industrialist, Long Hauler, Pilgrim, Professor, Ronin. And they're all going to have these couple, like 3 little like starting skills. My guess is you'll probably have like the first perk, because they mentioned there's like 4 different tiers of perks. So I'm guessing you probably start off with like 3 options, and you can see like these skills, again, you're going to have different levels you can get through. We'll get into it, but just, it's fun. I've been trying to figure out what all the different skills are, because there's a lot of different skills and they haven't actually showed us all of them throughout all the videos and everything. I think we've maybe seen like a third or half of them. As far as actually even knowing the names, a bunch of them are just logos and we're guessing. But yeah, there's a lot of different skills, and I'll just try and see what ones we can find.
Backgrounds give you a bit of backstory and start you out with 3 basic skills.
From chef to Dusty. You know, the crew still has a betting pool about which restaurant critic you must have crossed to wind up here.
What's great about backgrounds is you never know when yours is going to come in handy. You could be in the middle of a fancy restaurant talking to some guy, and suddenly you learn he needs a beast hunter to help track down a monster.
Fine. I probably should stick to professionals anyway, given what happened the last time.
We're also giving you the option
What
to
happened
customize
last
your build
time?
even further by letting you pick up to 3 traits. Traits are completely optional, and they come.
Cool. Well, I'm glad my face isn't cutting it off. This is the top one. That's alien DNA. But yeah, you can see there's a bunch of these. These are optional. These are positives and negatives. And again, I think we've pretty much seen all of them. The last one on the bottom here is wanted. So we can see pretty much all these. And this is a good way to really customize like actual role playing. Like, hey, like, what am I really like? Who is my character that I'm playing in this game? Am I a gangster? Am I like a neon street kid? Am I, you know, just like a trucker who gets caught up in something? You know, am I just like a settler? Am I a psychic? Am I some kind of like crime lord guy? Am I a religious like fanatic, you know, kind of pirate? So you can use these kind of traits to really customize the, customize your play style for your role
with
playing.
their own advantages and disadvantages. You could choose to meet your biggest fan.
By the terror. Is it real?
Gotta love the Oblivion throwback of the insane fan. Gotta also love how this guy's like 2 weightlifting. So like, it's funny. He's got scavenging, concealment, and weightlifting. So this guy just lifts weights and hides and carries your shit and talks about how awesome you are. You're like, here, hold my stuff. And he's like, you're so amazing. And you're like, yeah, go hide over there. Okay. So he's probably just like a pussy who will haul your shit around and tell the tales. He's basically a bard.
Really, you?
He'll join your crew and he'll give you gifts if you're willing to put up with his constant commentary.
I can't believe I get to stand near you, breathing the same air.
I've got to have every molecule. My favorite trait is kid stuff. You have to pay some credits to support your parents, but they're very sweet and it's really fun to go visit them.
Honey, we
Some credits to support your parents.
Do we get
but
experience
they're
from
very
that?
sweet.
Oh, dude, 40 experience. So visiting your parents, you get
And
experience.
it's really fun to go visit
That's
them.
cool.
Honey, we got ourselves a visitor.
Oh my god!
I came across some hostile zealots in space.
Oh my gosh.
Because I had chosen a trait that made me the same religion as
Serpent's Embrace. So you can see here, this is a perk where like, hey, you know, I am also a Varun, you know, religious person.
them. I was able to get by without any issues.
There's another great one that gives you a damage buff when your health is low, but mercenaries will randomly show up and try to kill you.
Wanted.
No matter what you choose, there will be plenty of ways for you to tell your story. And if you want to remove a trait, there are ways to do that too.
What a view. It's a feast for the eyes. Off we go to another adventure.
We'll let you discover that on your own.
Love the music here. Just
Once you've built the perfect
Sci-fi.
character, that's when your journey can really begin.
on
We took
point.
what we loved about skills and perks from our previous games and put them together to create an all-new skill system. Each time you level up, you get a skill point, which can be used to unlock or rank up skills.
So yeah, you can see here a couple different skills. So we just had security, payloads. What else was there? Geez, 4,000. So we get 40 for visiting mom and dad, 4,300 for killing this level 45 land octopus thing.
Which can be used to unlock or rank up skills.
So robotics, payloads. So here we go. So this is like maximizing cargo space. My guess, and we don't know what the levels are, but it'll be cool to see like what the different, what skills are going to provide, you know, the most value or use to you.
Ranks are unlocked by completing challenges associated with that skill. Challenges become increasingly difficult as you work your way to higher ranks.
50 people. That's a lot of intimidation. Just scare the hell out of the bunch of people. But look, see, you can at or below your level to flee, 10 levels higher than you to flee, 20 level higher. So you can, the max level here, it's 20 levels above you are going to run away for a while. So it's not just like, I'm curious to see how long it is for a limited time versus substantial time. Maybe this is like 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and this is like a minute or two. So I'd be curious to see how that works.
With our 5 different skill trees and 4 ranks per skill.
So
there's a lot to
decontamination,
choose
leadership, chemistry, robotics.
I like using our sociology skill because it lets you mind control aliens.
Boost pack out of the gate. I'm boost
What's up,
packing
Dad?
everywhere.
There we go. Boost pack.
I like maxing out my physical tree so I can get neuro strikes. And just
Oh yeah, by the way,
I like maxing out
this guy here, great beard, great mustache. Just strong
my
mustache
physical
game from
tree
this
so I can
guy.
get neuro strikes and just punch my way through combat.
Does look fun.
That one's a lot of fun.
Especially like the low gravity of just like punching.
That one's a lot of fun.
Invest in the skills that suit your playstyle.
I'm very much a stealth player. So, I'm out there pickpocketing everyone. My favorite part about being stealthy is slowly creeping through vents like you're in a movie.
So a few different things here. You can see here it says like hidden. I'm curious if this is like how close you are to being detected or if it's like a sound level. my guess is that's how close you are to being detected. Also, she's talking about going through vents. I'm curious if going through ventilation systems is going to be a common thing or a rare thing. It'd be really cool if it's like a regular thing where like buildings have accessible ventilation and you can actually just like sneak in through the vents on like the exterior of a building. And that's like, as long as you know where the ventilation is and like how to access it, that's like a legit way to like get in places for like stealth builds. Like that'd be really cool if that's like a large feature of the game. I hope it's not just like 1 or 2 buildings, because that'd be really cool. It's like Splinter Cell. Look at this. How sick is that? How cool would that be? You just like sneaking in through like some little ninja area, and you know, it's good stuff.
Bring it on, people.
Whenever possible, I like to talk my way through situations.
This area's off limits. Fine, I'll issue you an access card.
Yeah, but
I'm
you know,
more of a run and gun player.
It's me.
I like doing the death from above thing where I boost pack over guys and I throw landmines at them. I like blowing stuff up.
Love the variety in guns too. Also, I just straight up love the fact that if you, I don't know if it's like a finisher move or like a critical hit or just like a lucky shot where you hit someone in the right place, but it just looks so satisfying to like hit someone's boost pack or whatever and just see them explode. Like it's sick. Beautiful. Especially just like the layers, dude. It looks so good.
Exploration is a key aspect of all our games. In Starfield, there are full star systems with new life, resources, and adventures. Our team worked
Look at all the animals.
to strike a balance between fun and realism. We study data from NASA and a multitude of other sources to help us make the world feel believable. From the way we approached planetary atmospheres to the way we placed biomes based on the planet's distance from the sun. Once we had created a grounded world, we could start looking at all the things that make that world fun. When you leave a planet and head into space, you'll be navigating asteroid fields, having...
Here's another thing that I kind of have a question about. It hasn't really kind of been, again, a lot of this stuff they've just kind of shown us features, but haven't explained like how it actually works. I'm curious how not necessarily like the jump drive, because we've kind of seen how the jump drive works, where it's like you pull up your star map or whatever, and you're like, cool, I'm here. I want to get to this system, and I need to like, you know, boop, 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 and then launch it and like get through the warp or whatever. I'm curious what the interplanetary travel is like. Like when you just come out, do you just pull up your star map system and say land, or do you have to actually like approach planets? Can you fly from one planet to another planet, or do you like warp between planets? Are you going to have to like navigate like asteroid fields in order to get to certain planets? How do you like run into other spaceships? Is it something where you're traveling from like Mars to Earth or whatever, and you run into someone in between? I'm really curious what the travel is like in space, because like we've seen what landing looks like. There's the landing cutscene where I want to land there, and then there's the landing cutscene and now you're on the ground. And we've seen like the warp travel where it's like, I'm here, I want to go there, click, 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 bloop, 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 space warps, and then you go through the thing and then you pop out. But like, what about when you're just in your ship? That I'm really curious to see how accessible it is. Is it just like you can fly around whatever solar system you're in? Because that'd be really cool. You'd be like, cool, we gotta escape these pirates and go fly around to the other side of that planet. or something. I'm really curious to see what that like interplanetary kind of like in solar system spaceship travel is like, because it hasn't really been explained. They're showing us, but they're not really showing us the expansiveness of it, if that makes sense.
Chance meetings with interesting strangers, dogfighting in space, and exploring derelict ships.
That's gonna be fun, dude. I hope that they have some like super sketchy like mini side quests where you like find some like ship that's just like floating like a ghost ship, and then there's like Bethesda does a really good job of creating atmosphere through like clues, and a lot like Fallout. I feel like Fallout did a really good job of this, where you would get inside like a building or a bunker, and there would just be like these clues and these emails and these memos on the computer. You hack the computer, you read the email, you find the journal entry logs, and then it like talks you through this creepy story. And then as you like walk through, you like see the evidence of what happens. I really want some like creepy ghost ship, like mini quests. I really hope they have some, just like some real creepy ones. Like, dude, something got in here and like wiped out all these people. And then you like start hearing noises or something. Just, I don't know. It sounds cool to me.
It's all out there. Ultimately, it's about rewarding your curiosity, because whether it's on the surface of a planet, the alleys of a city, or the vastness of space, you never know what you'll find.
Here we go, ships.
Space exploration is possible thanks to your ship. Your ship is almost like having
So
another
cool.
character or home you can make all your own. I think you'll be blown away by the amount of stuff you can do. You can buy a ship.
I'm sure you can find something you like.
Customize and upgrade that ship. And hire a crew to keep it up and running. And it all starts in spaceports. Every spaceport has a ship technician where you can purchase, sell, and modify ships.
Anything I can help you with?
Maybe you start off with a speedy fighter that's perfect for bounty hunting. Then you might round out your ship roster with a hulking space freighter to run cargo missions, or even do a little smuggling. For now, though, we're going to take our starting ship, the Frontier, and make some changes.
I love how like toast is 40 credits, orange juice is like 100 credits, the fancy trilobites is like 700 and something credits, and your ship is only worth like 7,300 credits. Like, really? Your ship is worth like 10 trilobite snacks? That is a ghetto ship. Sorry, it's funny. Also, I do want to say before we get too far into this grid system here is really cool. If you haven't had a chance yet, we're gonna see her lady, the producer who's like the sandwich pirate. We'll see her in just a minute. She makes the animal ship. She does the sandwich piracy. She worked really closely with the developers of, I think it was Doom 2016. They had a recent interview that came out like a week ago, and they were talking about the different like snap level design systems, and it's very similar to the shipbuilder. And it's cool because it like snaps these pieces together, and you were able to see like the level in terms of like all the rooms and the connecting pieces and whatnot. You could zoom in and like then you could place items inside. And this, I think this is actually, it looks to me like this shipbuilding system is very, or based off of that same kind of like snap together like level design program that they used in Doom 2016. As far as the different traits here, you can see like you got your lasers, you got your ballistics, you got your missiles, your engines, your shields, your grav drive. It looks like here, this is like your total like power output that's available. You got fuel, you got hull, you got your cargo capacity. You have your reactors, you have your jump distance. So this can jump 16 light years. You can see your damage between lasers, ballistics, missiles, value, mass, shield, how big your crew is. That matters because you typically need a crew for your ship. And it sounds like most of the time you will have crews on your ship. Also, Frontier Ship 1 of 1. We've seen, I think we'll see up to 9 different spots. I'm curious to see how many ships you can have. You know, because you can have like your main ship, but you can have, like he said, like a roster of ships. I think the most we've seen is 9, but it's pretty cool if you had like 9 ships, you know?
You can customize and upgrade everything
Break
you
it
see
all
here.
apart. So we've got, it's out of the way here. So behind my fat head, this is your grav drive. So you have your gravity drive. That's for like your light year jump distances, how far you can jump. You've got your engines. I'm going to assume that's for like speed and your handling in terms of like when you're flying around. Fuel tanks. So I'm assuming that'll have something to do with your grav drive distance and how much you can travel around. Dockings, that's for docking other ships. Shield generator, so you can upgrade your shields. Cowling is basically just it's basically just like design aesthetics, but it could also potentially help with what's the word I'm thinking of, like aerodynamics. You've got your weapons. So you can see here they've got 4 weapons. HAB stands for habitat module, and there's different types of habitat modules which they'll break down. You've got the cockpit, so that's where you sit to pilot it. Your cargo holds, that's where you can hold your cargo. Your reactor, I'm not sure what the difference, how they all interact as far as reactor, engines, fuel tanks, and grav drive. I'm thinking your reactor is probably where how much power you get to put to distribute amongst those different systems. And then of course your landing gear and your docking bay. So I just want to break those all down.
And you have 2 ways to do that. You can quickly upgrade individual systems like your weapon.
So you can see here they've got different types of weapon systems. So you've got the Dragon laser. It's got the price here. Got a bunch of them listed, and I'm assuming here you can see what the effects are over here. So this one's going to have a lower firing rate, but it's going to be more hull damage and more shield damage compared to what you're currently using.
Shields.
And you can see it's different.
Or you can deep dive and enter the shipbuilder mode. Here you can change anything from the systems to the look and layout.
Super customizable,
Adding a new habitat
which is
module
sick.
can give you more room for crew. Adding cowling can change your ship's overall silhouette. An improved grav drive allows for longer distance space jumps. An improved grav drive allows for longer distance space jumps.
So you can see he was at 16 and now he's at 18 light years for jump.
You can even fully customize your paint job to get the exact look you want.
It's gonna be cool.
The parts you choose to build with don't just affect
Some people
your
are gonna
ship's
have
stats.
like some
affect
sick
what you
like
can do
blacked
inside
out
your
looking menacing thing. Other
You can
people are
have
gonna have
modules
like
for
a flying
crafting.
Pikachu.
Or for storing
Just all
and
yellow.
displaying your weapons. Starfield's
That looks cool.
in-game ship manufacturers bring their own look and feel to every piece of your ship. From living quarters to cargo holds.
If I remember correctly, the financer guy, the company that he runs is one of the main ship parts builders or manufacturers, if I remember correctly. That's his company or one of his companies. So who knows? Maybe if we get on a good note with him through Constellation, we can get some upgrades at a discount. Just random thought. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Could be cool
Mess
though.
halls and control rooms.
Looks so cool.
Our modified Frontier is a practical ship, but with a little creativity, your ship can look like almost anything you want.
It's a bit odd, but one of my favorite ways of customizing...
Her. Jamie Mallory, she has a recent interview that she did. But yeah, it was really interesting hearing how the shipbuilding system is similar to apparently what they used in Doom for the level design. Doom 2016. Because Bethesda made Doom 2016, if I remember correctly.
Ships is I make them look like animals. The HMS Platypus, as I called it, where it had a giant tail to it. And we've done.
I love how this one is the dumpster fire. That's so
fighters,
great.
We've done mechs. So it's really whatever.
Everyone's calling it the Optimus
is.
Prime.
And while you can build your home among the stars the way you want to, you're probably not the only person who will call your ship home.
Ready to lift off when you are, Captain.
Engines
Hello,
ready.
Sarah.
The Frontier is fueled and ready.
That's right, Sam.
Some of the members of
So yeah, we got Sarah, we got Sam Coe. Not sure who this guy is. Off the top of my head, he doesn't look like one of the
join you on your journey.
6 or so main
These
crew.
companions can serve on your crew, and they'll always be there when you travel.
We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Each
So you can see here, they've all got their own skills. So this will be useful as far as like who you bring with you, whether you're bringing them on planet, whether they provide buffs for on your ship. Hey, I want you to stay on the ship because you're really good with ships. Hey, you come with me on this exploratory mission because you're good at exploratory shit and you're good with weapons. Or hey, I want you to hang out at this base because you're really good with like mineral extraction or whatever. So depending on where you decide to place your different crew members, you can get different buffs in different ways. So it's pretty cool.
companion comes with their own valuable skills for your.
Yep. So Sam Coe, piloting. So I'm curious, if like piloting, I would assume that would mean that he's really useful to have on your ship. He probably gives you like some speed and agility in dogfighting, as well as a boost in how much like payload you're able to carry on your ship.
And outposts.
Starship engineering, particle beam weapon systems. So, you know, Barrett, he's probably really useful to keep around on the ship. He can probably help you get better upgrades on your ship. He'll probably help you get more powerful particle beam weapons, and he'll cook some good food while he's at it. You know, robotics, I'm not sure what that does exactly, but again, he sounds like he'd be somebody really useful to keep on your ship. Maybe you wouldn't want him, you know, out exploring with you as much as you might want like Sarah Morgan or Sam Coe, since they have like level 3 like weapons training, if that makes sense.
As well as unique quest lines. Eventually, some friendships might blossom into romance.
I don't know that I've ever really loved anyone except you.
And if you're looking for a little extra help on your ship, you can always hire additional crew at spaceports.
Got any room on your ship for someone like...
So my face is covering it, but she's got level 1 shotgun certification, level 2 ballistics, and level 1 particle beam weapon systems. So she's basically just a mercenary. She's a space mercenary. Could be useful to, you know, have someone with you if you want to go be a pirate and, you know, go dock some enemy ships, be a pirate,
You'll
or just
also
some
meet
defense.
Potential crew members out in the world.
Still think there might be a spot for me on your ship? I gotta get off this rock.
Assign crew to your ship or outposts.
Here, let's go back
I
just
gotta
one
get off this
second,
rock.
just so I can break all these down. Cool. So we got Barrett, so Starship Engineering, Particle Beam. So this guy, Outpost Engineering and Geology. So he'll probably help you upgrade your outposts. America, that's like the mercenary girl we were just talking to. Sam Coe, so he's on the ship, so you're getting the piloting and the payloads. Sarah Morgan we talked about. Also, check this out. Security Minibot. So it looks like you can have more than one robot. So we don't just get Vasco, but we can get a mini bot who just provides security. So it's kind of cool. So it's not just, you can see here, you can sort by like ship or sort by outpost. It's probably like multiple outposts because there's a third one here that says current outpost versus all outposts. But yeah, it looks like you can, you know, have multiple people, multiple places, potentially multiple like robots as well, or droids that assist.
Assign crew to your ship or outposts, and their unique skills will affect how they run.
Bam, see?
And just like companions, most crew members can lend a hand in the field. Take Bosco, for instance.
He's designed around the core
So
basics
cool.
of a NASA machine.
Please avoid getting shot.
So I love his witty remarks too. This is kind of cool. So this one part up here,
I still wanted to give it almost a humanoid personality, so I elongated the limb.
the headpiece up here looks very similar to the Mars rover kind of headpiece camera thing.
This tends to make him feel.
It's also kind of cool how, if you notice, it seems like there's kind of like two different types of robot designs, where there's like Vasco, who's kind of like a humanoid, kind of like primate design, 2 legs with like arms. But then there's like 4-legged robots too. So it's like you got your like mini monkey bots, and then you got your like doggy bots. If that makes sense. It's kind of cool, the different designs.
Human-like, and give him a little personality.
It is a shame.
So he's kind of human.
Exploration requires so much bloodshed.
Using the shipbuilding tools and crew selection features in Starfield, you'll be able to build and captain the ship of your dreams. And now, let's take to the sky.
Lift off. So this right here, this is what I'm curious. How much of this are we doing? Is it like, hey, I can fly to like this planet here? Can I fly over to this planet? Do I have to navigate all these little asteroids in order to land on a planet? Or can I just warp in and land? That's like a couple of things I'm a little fuzzy on. And like, where do we get jumped?
We're
Do
putting
we just
you
get jumped?
in the cockpit of your very own spaceship and telling you that you can do pretty much anything. And that is really cool for us as developers. Spaceflight should be exciting and dangerous, and you should feel like you're in complete control every step of the way. We've extended that sense of control to ship combat. It's not about just hitting your triggers to fire your weapons. It's a complex dance to fire your weapon.
All right, so you can see here, so we've got left trigger is your ballistics, your right trigger is your laser, your Y is electromagnetic or EMP. You've also got boost on the left stick, so you can like boost. You've got your speed is your left stick for throttle, so throttle up, throttle down, boost, target lock with X. You can see down here you've got your shield and your hull. So your hull is like your health, and then your shield here is going to be, you know, you have your shield to protect your hull. And then you can see down below we've got, it looks like 8 out of 27. I'm assuming that's like remaining energy from the what do you call that? Whatever the thing is that provides your power to your vehicle. And right now we're primarily loaded up on the shields, but you know, you got 8 more things here. So maybe you're like, hey, I'm going to add more to my engine or to maneuver, or maybe I'll add more to my ballistics. That way I have more powerful cannons once I've taken out their shields. But yeah.
It's a complex dance between your piloting skills and our power allocation system. Boosting power to your engines will make your ship faster.
So you can see here, he had 14 total power, and he just added a bunch to max out his engines. Also, you can see it looks like this is the maxed out that this engine will do. I'm guessing that if you added bigger, better engines, that you would be able to put more into the engines, obviously. Also, I don't know if you saw,
make your ship faster.
On this one, you have ballistics, you have laser, but you've also got missiles here. On that other one, it was EM, which I'm assuming was like some kind of electromagnetic pulse to like maybe like take out a shield. Here you have missiles. So once you maybe take out their shield, you launch a missile to, you know, blow up their hull. You can also see our shields are down a little bit lower. Or maybe we only have 20 on the shield because shield power is so low down here at 1. Maybe we have to bump this up a couple of clicks. The shield power will go up a little bit.
Powering up the grav drives will shorten the amount of time it takes before you can make a jump.
All right, so as you see here, you'll see the time accelerates. So I'm going to count down from 7, and you'll see as he pumps it into it, it's like 3 seconds. So 7, 6, 5, 4.
And moving your power to your weapons and shields means you're
Gotta
ready for
escape.
your weapons and shields.
And then you can see here, so you got low shields, you got 20. So he just added a couple clicks to shield, and now we got 60 shields. So maybe that's your percentage of your shield. So maybe if you max this out, it gives you 100 shield.
You should
Since there's 2
be
more
on your
spots.
toes because you're not alone out there.
I love this. This is so sick. How it's just like, and they just like warp in. They're like, hey, we're going to get you. What are you going to do? Luckily, they're only level 6, but dude, this is the Crimson Fleet, and they're a level 6 pirate, and they're out to get you. And they just warped in as we're like navigating an asteroid field. So what are you going to do? You know, probably time to start pumping into your like shields and, you know, your fire control stuff, taking away your grav drive. You've only got 1 extra power though. So you've only got 1 little power click here. So what are you going to do? You got to balance it all. So he just went full into engine, got rid of the grav drive. So now it looks like he's going to try and outmaneuver. Also, watch laser here. I'm going to go back a second, but as you watch the laser, you'll see it lowers the laser number. It's like it's using up its laser power, but then it regenerates. So see firing going down, goes all the way down to 70. So he used 30% of his lasers. You can also see the speed at 126. So now he's accelerating all the way up to like 260. And then the shield's recharged. So it looks like laser weapons have like a regenerative kind of battery capacity that they can fire. Almost like a regenerating magazine, if that makes sense. And that's how they'll, I guess, like not overheat in a sense or run out of ammo, is how much they can fire before they're empty and then they have to recharge. And that recharge is like your cooldown period.
Unlocking the targeting control system skill will...
Also, I saw the shield was knocked down to like 31 and then it recharged to 40. So it looks like your shields probably recharge in a similar way to the laser does, where like takes a certain amount and then as it has a second, it like starts to recover.
Allow you to zero in on specific subsystems of the ship you target.
So right now he's taking out the particle beam cannons. And he had already taken out their grav drive, so now he's taking out their shields. And you can see here, they're just going crazy on the ballistics because now their shields are down, so they're just attacking the hull.
After destroying an enemy ship, you can loot the remains from your cockpit. You can always turn any ship that engages you into scrap.
That's right,
But you
sucker.
can also take a more personal approach by docking with
love
enemy
this.
vessel and boarding their ship.
When they showed this in the direct, I was like, no way. It's so sick. Just like, I'm here. Just like, bring it on, Commandant. Mr. Ecliptic Commandant. I'll kill you. Just shotgun these guys and freaking... So sick. My ship now. What you can do?
Once you've taken control of an enemy ship, it's yours. Add it to your fleet and...
One thing... Oh yeah, I said here like out of 9. So I think this is the most that I've seen is out of 9. One thing that they did talk about later was that in regards to the ships, you can't just sell a ship once you steal it. You can see down here it says registered. When you get a ship, it sounds like if you steal a ship or acquire a ship, if you know what I mean. It sounds like you have to pay a lot of money in order to register it in your name. And that's a way that they keep it balanced. So it's not just like you can go out there and be like, oh yeah, I steal every ship in the galaxy and then I'll just resell it at its retail value. It sounds like you probably have to pay a significant portion of its value in order to register it before you can actually customize it. So you can fly it anywhere, but you can't customize it until you pay that high registration fee, and then you can customize it or sell it. But that's apparently one of the ways that they're trying to like balance out the economy in game.
And retrieve it at any spaceport. But space is
Some of those look
way
so cool.
more than fighting for your life. Just like when you're planetside, there are plenty of sights to see and stops to make on the way to your next adventure. Like these massive star yards.
So
Walk
cool.
the halls, talk to the crew, maybe get talked into buying a whole new ship.
A civilian in my star yard. Let's see about getting...
Dude, this guy has a lot of confidence in order to get that face tattoo.
you a proper ship, one worthy of you.
Maybe you'll dock with a gigantic battleship, like the UC Vigilance.
Can you battle them?
The UC Vigilance.
Is that an option? Dude, you can dock it. You can hail. I wonder if you can just straight up attack him, because how sick would that be if you have like, if you're flying around, you're like, dude, I want that battleship, and then you engage it, and then you've got like these 1, 2, 3, 4, these like 5 support craft around them. They engage you, and then you're trying to like, dude, how much of a badass can you be in like end game? Can you take on, it's a level 100. So in theory, if you were, you know, a level 200 or whatever, maybe you can just like take on a battleship with their like, you know, support crews. How crazy would that be? I don't know if you can. Be cool though. Maybe they'll just kill you.
Or rub elbows with the galaxy's wealthy elite on a cruise ship fit for the stars. There are plenty of personal encounters to be had as well. You can hail any ship you come across to trade, swap info.
I love how it's like, hi, let's trade. Then it's like, give me everything. And then they're like, F you.
Or maybe even commit an act of piracy.
Let's do this. When
Bring
I'm
it.
playing, I generally go crazy. I definitely go like the more piracy routes. I want to take over ships. I'm going to board ships. I'm like, this is now mine. I steal all the sandwiches and put them, you know, in my cargo hold that I have specifically for sandwiches. I don't want to play the hero, but I want to go out and just start taking things from people as quickly as possible.
That's what's up. All about
Some
the
strangers
sandwiches.
might be looking for a little human connection in the darkness of space.
Hello, stranger. I just finished cooking up some food. If you want to come on over, just pop on by.
Is that a trap? I don't know. I don't know if it's like grandma's just hanging out in space being like, hey, I'm your actual grandma. I got cookies. Is that real or is that like a trap?
Some of the best moments are the
I don't know.
ones you discover on your own. The thing I love most about
Oh,
Starfield
this is cool. So
is that it
That right there where just like the gravity starts going out. So you can see there, they just like shut off the grav drive in the ship, and now you're in 0G in the ship. And one thing I didn't mention, but it's going to be really fun to see how gravity affects combat. Because like they say, like ballistic weapons, you fire ballistic weapons and it's going to push you backwards. You might need your boost pack if it's like low gravity or no gravity. And maybe that's a way that you can like figure out ways to like get around and like take over a ship is, hey, I'm going to trick everybody and then I'm going to turn off the gravity system and then they won't know what to do or whatever. It's just kind of cool how like this system affects how the gameplay happens on the actual ships.
Most about Starfield is that it is a Bethesda game through and through. It's really about going to strange new places,
creepy as hell,
interesting people, and getting one through. It's really about.
This looks creepy as hell. F that thing. I don't know what it is, but I don't want to be in here. This place looks creepy as hell.
Going to strange new places, meeting interesting people, and getting sidetracked on zany adventures. Then realizing 2 hours later that you're involved in a completely new story.
You're human. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
That DNA is so present.
Is that Nern
It's
root?
in our random encounters. It's in our handcrafted
Kind of
quests.
looks like it.
And it feels so cool to play it and just make.
So here's another jump thing. So this is going to take 2 jumps because we can go 18 light years. They're 29 light years away. It's going to use about 57% of our fuel. So it looks like your fuel capacity is how far you can jump, whereas your reactor and your engines is going to determine your speed and maneuverability. My guess is it'll determine speed, and then the mass of your ship will determine your maneuverability combined with your piloting skills. But your fuel, that's going to determine how many and how far, how many jumps you can do. So we can go up to 18 per, and we've got enough that we could probably go. So, if 30 is going to use about 60%, then, maybe we could do like 50 light years of total travel on this ship before we would need to like refuel at a station or something.
Your own path in this universe. There are over 1,000 planets out there just waiting for you to visit.
There we go. So this is interesting. So I do love like all the details. So we got an abandoned pharmaceutical lab. We've got an abandoned gravity farm. What the heck is a gravity farm? I'm curious. And why was this pharmaceutical lab abandoned? It's a 17% rock planet, 0.6 Earth gravity. So the boost pack will be really useful here. Could make for fun combat. Atmosphere, I'm assuming that's standard. Flora, fauna, marginal, whatever that means. Heavy metal water. So I'm curious what that means if we have to like use a water filter before we can use the water. And you can see there's these different resources here. It looks like these are common resources. These are probably uncommon. And then this IL, I don't know what that is, but 3 stars. That's probably like a legendary, or that's probably like a legendary type of resource that's probably really valuable. So this planet could be really useful to visit if you can find this stuff. You can mine it and then you can sell it for cash, or you can survey the planet and then you can let someone know, hey, there's a really valuable resource in this planet, and they'll pay you for that money. That's one thing Todd mentioned in another interview, was that you can actually sell your survey information and it's worth a lot of money, which makes sense because if you have like epic and legendary and rare resources and you can let people know, hey, on this planet, there's some extremely valuable resources, they'll pay you for that information. So that makes it, financially valuable to scan and survey and explore these planets, even if there's not necessarily like plants or animals or outposts. It could just be that there's some really valuable materials here and it'll make you a lot of money. Maybe you can buy a ship just by exploring a planet. Hey, I need an upgrade. There's a planet over there. hey, it's got a rare material. I'll go tell this guy, now I can upgrade my ship. I don't know if any of this is accurate. I'm just guessing and piecing things together as we kind of go through them. So I could be right. I could be wrong. We'll see. Also, you'll see it says missions, show me, set landing target, and back to system. So it looks like we basically zoomed in from the solar system to this planet. Now that we're on this planet, we have the option of landing on the planet or looking at the missions and stuff like that, or backing back out into the solar system as a whole.
We want you to feel like explorers, breaking ground on new planets, exploring every inch of a mostly untouched galaxy. Breaking ground
I'll try
on
and
new
do that
planets,
again.
exploring every.
Cool. So this is a biological feature. You can see here we've got flora, fauna, and resources. So we have to find these. We've also got 2 mystery traits here. This unknown feature that we're looking at, we need to scan it. And it looks like we probably have to approach it at a certain distance in order to get our scanner to actually work. You can see down here, A is going to be scan. So we probably have to view it, get within a certain distance, hit and hold A, scan it in order to survey it. And then again, you can see we're on Porima 4C. It's a moon. It's minus 11 degrees out. There's no oxygen and there's half of Earth's gravity. So probably don't want to be taking your helmet off. But yeah.
Inch of a mostly untouched galaxy.
It's interesting trying to like
We want you to feel
take a screenshot and like
you to feel
learn
the sense
from
of
it.
Awe and wonder. And sometimes
The depth of
a
this
little
game
fear.
just looks incredible. Dude, talk about a crazy space battle. Could you imagine you're just like warping somewhere and then all of a sudden there's like 8 freaking ships on you? You're like, I'm going to get out of here right now. You got to warp out of there real quick. Just like, cool. Put it all in the grav drive and let's jump.
We're giving you a massive playground.
Or,
and a ton of
holy, oh my gosh, how many ships were there? Look at this. There's like 4, 5.
We're giving you a
It's like freaking like 15 ships right there off to your left. What are you doing? Are you going to take on 15 ships? You're nuts.
massive playground and a ton of toys, and just setting you free.
Hey everybody, we've shown you so
All
much
right, we'll
stuff,
finish
but
up
we
with
thought
this.
We'd just take a little break and show you something a little bit different. You know, we put so much detail into our game worlds, and we love the opportunity to bring that into the real world with
Mr.
our collector's
Handy,
editions.
Dovahkiin.
And for this game, we've done a watch. It is the Constellation Explorer's Watch. This
It
is
is
a
pretty
watch
cool.
that you actually get in the game that acts as part of your HUD,
like
where
it.
it's the compass and then environmental information. It connects to your phone to give you notifications and other information.
It's a very basic smartwatch. It's not like an Apple Watch or anything like that. It's a novelty, but it's a cool item. And I mean, I think if you paid like the $300, I think you get like the game, the watch, the case. So I think it's probably like $150 like smartwatch. It's not going to have a bazillion features, but it's cool, dude. And if you want it and you love the game, buy it. You know, I think they're limited edition.
And we've also designed this really
Yeah.
cool case that it comes with, Eastfun.
Yeah, we really took as much care and designed this case as we did the watch. Our
That looks
attention to
cool.
detail in the game totally translates to this. Inspired by the cases that the astronauts used during the Apollo era to bring back samples from the moon. It's got an intricate locking mechanism, authentic, heavy, comes with a Constellation patch, NATO strap, and the overall functionality and believability of this as something that would exist in the world, in the Starfield universe.
Oh, and hey,
Pretty
take
cool.
this. You'll find it very useful out there. And it even tells the time.
We actually have something else. Now that we're part of Xbox, we get to work with the amazing people on the Xbox hardware team, and together we have created this custom limited edition Starfield controller. It's awesome. It is now, you know, our favorite controller.
We love this because it's inspired by the actual controls of your spaceship. And not only that, we've created the first ever custom headset with Xbox. And this is a perfect pairing with that controller.
Control is
It is pretty cool. I will give them that. It is pretty cool that, you know, if you want all the cool shit, then buy it. It's your money. If you don't, that's fine. It's cool though. I like that it's an option. All right. And I think with that, I think we're going to call it. That was pretty awesome, but we're an hour in and there's so much that we can do. I'm just so excited about this game. It looks so sick. So I'm going to get out of here. Appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe, leave some thoughts, all that good stuff. We will be back here with part 3 fairly soon. And as always, Space Cadet Brian signing off.